Joining us from Princeton, head coach Mitch Henderson, student athletes Tosan Awoma and Caden Pierce. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach, followed by questions for the student athletes. A reminder, please state your name and affiliation before your question. Coach.
That was so, it was the most physical game we've played in a long time. It was just an unbelievable atmosphere. Thanks to the Ivy League and, all the fans that came out. It was just a terrific game, really hard fought, back and forth. I imagine very enjoyable to watch as a fan. Thought these guys, 14 and 12, Cade's like almost a double-double now every game. 15 offensive rebounds. We took 3 free throws in the first half, made 3. And it just came down to just a handful of possessions there right at the very end. So really proud of these guys, and one more for us.
Questions for the student athletes? Right here in front.
Kyle Franco with the Trentonian. Tosan, maybe your answer would be different than Mitch's, but what's your heart rate like in a game like that?
It's pretty high at points. But I just try to stay calm, be like the calming presence on the team. Keep our poise so we can make big plays down the stretch, and we did that, and the guys did that. So I try to stay calm as best as possible.
Jerry Carino from the Asbury Park Press. Caden, those hustle plays, the 2 rebounds on either end in the last minute, the big block you had at the rim. How much did your 2 older brothers prepare you for that moment?
Definitely a lot. I would be lying if I said I didn't take a few punches back in the day from my brothers, playing basketball in the driveway or whatever it was, whatever sport. Just them constant competitive spirit in my house just really shaped me to who I am today. And I can't thank them enough for just what they've done for me and what I've learned from them.
I'm Melanie Heller with the Philadelphia Inquirer. For either of you, what's it like facing off against Penn for 2 weeks in a row at Jadwin?
It's an honor. We really look forward to it. There's so much history between the teams. It means a lot to the alumni, it means a lot to us, it means a lot to the fans. So we're just very fortunate to be able to be in that position and put on a show.
Tosan, Paul Snyder from the Montauk Sun. How did you feel overall with the environment and your performance today?
Environment was great. Huge home crowd. Mush said it a little differently yesterday, but we really do feel like we're at home here. We got the win. That was the main thing. Just ready to look on to tomorrow. Sorry.
Third row on the left.
Well, Tosan, Steve Silverman for Ivy Hoops Online. You just mentioned you're looking forward to the championship game tomorrow, and you got less than 24 hours, right, to get prepared for that. So, what's your state of mind, both of you, Caden and Tosan, about a rematch with Yale? It's a rematch of last year's championship game. It's a rematch from 2 earlier games this year. It's the matchup that I think a lot of us were anticipating. What's the state of mind, and what do you guys think you need to do to get over the hump with Yale tomorrow?
Yeah, this one's been circled for a while, since we lost last year. So, again, excited about the game, really looking forward to it, getting another opportunity to win that one and do what we've dreamt of, do what we've been working towards all season. So, yeah, really looking forward to it and giving them our best shot.
Coach, George Clark, Ivy Hoops Online. Can you comment a little bit about Matalacco and the way he was able to contain Dingle somewhat in the last game and a half?
Yeah, I just think he's relentlessly focused on the task. Dingle's a really difficult kid to cover. And I've said this multiple times, but he gives others confidence. I thought Slatcher was amazing tonight as well. Mush, you can feel his presence on the court. I'm sure you can see it too. He just, He's getting everything out of himself.
Up front.
Tosan, to a little bit of a point that was made a minute ago, how much did the comeback last week give you guys the confidence to know that even though they kept coming, you guys had it in you to hold them off?
Yeah, I think we've just about seen everything this year, and yeah, we always have belief that we're going to win. You know, we've come back from deficits all year. We know we've won close games. We've let some slip. So, yeah, all those games, and including last one, has prepared us for this point and going into tomorrow.
Coach Diego Uribe with the Daily Princetonian. Keyshawn Kellman today, 7 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 10 rebounds, 5 of those offensive. He had that huge charge near the end of the game. What did his contributions mean to the win today?
I thought he was unbelievable. He really helped. He got an offensive rebound there at the very end and took the charge. He was awesome. And, you know, we've been waiting for this. And I'm so proud of him. He was terrific.
Questions for the student athletes?
Hey, Justin File from the Alumni Weekly. Tosan, can you just talk about the confidence they had in you to go to you with like 30 seconds left to get that basket to put you guys up 3?
Yeah, you know, I appreciate my teammates and coaching staff a lot. They do give me a lot of confidence to make those plays in those big moments. And, you know, I think it's more so a team kind of effort and team understanding that everyone's got to be ready, and you know the ball could come to any one of us, so everyone's ready to step up and make those plays. I think we all give encouragement and feel that encouragement from one another.
Thanks, Adam Zalonka with Garden State Newsletter. Caden, biggest stage of the season so far in your freshman campaign and Xavier's and some of your freshman teammates. Not only did you have 2 incredibly important rebounds to seal the game, but Xavier took that very last foul that pretty much put on ice. I saw you guys share a moment. What has this all meant for you as a freshman class, you and your teammates? And I know obviously you know the seniors that give you that confidence too.
Yeah, I mean it's been, this whole season has been incredible. You know, learning one game at a time, just getting better each and every game. But it's all new for us, and so what we've experienced, we're hoping to experience going forward again. And just like you said, that moment at the end of the game between me and Xavier, just kind of, it was an emotion of just like, we were just proud of each other in that moment. And we're hoping to have more of those in the future.
We have time for 2 more for the student athletes.
All right, asking one more. Tosan, you know, you were the player of the year last year. You weren't this year. Did you take any motivation into today from that?
No, I mean, my focus remains on the team. Last year, the player of the year went home early in his team, so, you know, it doesn't mean much to me at this point. We're focused on getting it done tomorrow, so that's what we're looking forward to.
One more question.
Tosan, this one's for you. I just want to follow up on that last one for a moment. It did seem to me that you had a little bit different mentality in this game than some of the others this year. I think that, you know, there have been times when you have been more of a facilitator than wanting to be the shooter or the shot maker. Today it seemed like, no, you were going to be the guy that took the ball to the hoop, took and made the shots. Is there anything to that, or was it just, you know, that just unfold because that's what you saw in front of you, or was it your mentality that you were going to be more of the playmaker rather than the facilitator today?
I think just reading the defense, seeing, you know, how many guys, if they're sending another guy, how they're playing my teammates. So I just try to adjust accordingly. I don't try to have a specific mindset going in of, you know, you're going to score today, you're going to facilitate today. So I think just taking it play at a time, making the right read. That's what I try and focus on.
Tosan and Caden, thank you.
Thanks. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. You've won your last 9 games against them. You're 21-4 against them, I believe, in your career at Princeton. And I know that narratives are for the rest of us and not the locker room. We get told that all the time. But for you, instilling the things in your players that has them carry over momentum, as like what I asked Tosan a moment ago, from last week to this week, and one game to the next and so on. What does it mean to you that they've been able to do it for this long?
We first put everything we are into winning the league, and beating Penn has always been a big part of that because they've been really good. And then I think energy. I'm not saying that we could have good energy and it may not have worked out, but the energy of the group is very positive, and it starts with the older guys. And we've been fortunate with senior classes. You mentioned, a record, and we've been fortunate to have a group of guys consistently that have been committed to doing the things you need to do to beat a really good team like this. And then finally is, there's some humility. We came back from being down 18, but I'm sure, we were up 18 against Yale, or 19, and we lost. So the group's growing right now, and as you see this, and we're trying to play our very best right this minute. And I think that we're getting tougher as we go along.
Walker Carnathan, Daily Pennsylvanian. Coach, a lot of Penn's offense, especially this back half of the season, has come from the free throw line, and you guys were able to limit them to 2 attempts in the first half, 10 in the second half. Beat them out in terms of attempts and makes from the line. How key was that in pulling out the win?
I'm not. That was such a physical game. I don't know. I think we were lucky to get to the line in the second half more than they did, but it seemed like we had a nice little cushion there, and then all of a sudden it evaporated on a couple and ones, and it was really physical.
Coach Paul Snyder from the Montauk Sun. It was a physical game. Specifically, I'd like to ask about minute 23 left in the game when Kelman got the offensive foul on Spinoso. I thought it could have been a no call there. And the grittiness that you guys showed, especially Pierce's offensive rebound, I thought those kind of plays won you the game. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, specific to calls, I thought there were some plays at the rim that were no calls that I thought might have been fouls. But that's how it goes. And I thought Keyshawn, he took his first charge of his career. And heck of a time to get one. That was a good one.
We have time for 2 more.
So, Coach, coming into this weekend, you knew that if you were going to prevail in this game, you were going to have less than 24 hours to prepare for your next opponent. So were you able to do any preparation with the team in advance, or were you only focused on the one game you knew you had, which was against Penn? And what will you do over the next, whatever it is, 18 hours to get your team prepared?
Yeah, I think we're losing an hour of sleep tonight, too. Is that right?
That's right.
If we start thinking about the shortness of the time, whatever. These guys are young. If we plan for everything tomorrow, they'll be ready. We're here. We went over Yale stuff on Monday, and we know them. We've been thinking about them a lot. I like what Tosan said. So, we had the advantage of the time last year, and it didn't go our way. So, we'll be ready tomorrow at noon.
Last question right here, front.
Thanks. Jerry Carino, Asbury Park Press. Mitch, on those last 2 rebounds that closed out the game, Caden had a look in his eyes like no one else on earth was getting that ball. Yeah. When you bring a new player into the program with a competitive fire like that, how much does it rub off on everybody?
Yeah, I love that question. I saw him in recruiting go up with 2 hands and get rebounds. I always joke to the guys on the team, like, there was an entire league of guys that got one-handed rebounds, the ABA, and they canceled that league. I stole that line from Bo Ryan, but, Cade is like, he just rebounds, like, with 2 hands with aggression. Like, he's the best rebounder I think I've ever seen, that I've played for me. So, and he's so humble about it. So yeah, I think it rubs off. I mean, the kid's just like churning out double doubles like it's something easy. I never had sniffed double double here.
Coach, thank you.
All right.
Congrats.
Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow.